Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Your Story Hour adventure. I'm Aunt Carol.
And I'm Uncle Dan. We're so happy that you've joined us today. That means you like stories as much as we do.
I don't know if that's possible, Uncle Dan. We like them a lot, especially ones with a little mystery and excitement.
That's exactly what we have for you today. An exciting adventure that changed a young boy's life and taught him a valuable lesson.
This story is so important that I'm not going to tell it.
Neither am I. Instead, we'll let the one who lived it share the adventure. His name is Jeff, and we're calling his story, Where's Uncle Dilbert?
Hi, my name is Jeff Thompson, and I live in a small town you've probably never heard of. I've lived here all my life. That's 16 years. My mom and dad have lived here all their lives, too. So has my great-uncle Dilbert. He's my grandpa's brother, and if I try to describe him to you, you'd think I was nuts. Uncle Dilbert lives in a little house on a little plot of land on the far side of town just beyond the fish hatchery. His yard looks like a flea market landed on it. He's never thrown anything away because, as he always says, you might just need it someday. He doesn't believe in technology. No computer, no television, not even a car. He does have a telephone, which, as you'll see, he sometimes doesn't answer. I'm not saying that Uncle Dilbert is a bad person. Oh, no, he's just strange. Very, very strange. I remember when I was a kid, and my dad and I would visit him on Sunday afternoons. We'd usually find him in his basement running his model trains around and around the tracks that he had laid out on a broad table by the furnace.
Uncle Dilbert, you down there?
Of course I'm down here. These trains don't run themselves, you know.
Good point. Coming down. Look who I brought with me this fine spring afternoon.
Well, if it isn't young Tommy.
Jeff. My name is Jeff.
Of course it is. I was just testing to see if you were listening. And you say it's spring outside. How can you tell?
Because the rhododendron is blooming all over the rusted and totally useless farm implements in your front yard.
Useless? Useless? You never know. Someone just might need them someday.
Yeah, I know. Just like someone might suddenly feel a burning desire for a 30-year-old minivan with no engine, or a bent windmill with 2 blades missing.
Exactly. One man's junk is another man's treasure. The stuff I keep has value to someone. Maybe there's a mechanic out there with a 30-year-old engine but no minivan.
Right.
But I'm sure you didn't come all the way out here to talk to me about my fine collection of priceless treasures. You came to check on your old Uncle Dilbert and perhaps to help me run my trains. How about it, young Jimmy? Want to play conductor for a little while?
Jeff, my name is Jeff, and no thank you, I'll just watch.
Suit yourself. Although I think it's totally unnatural for a 6-year-old kid not to want to play with trains, especially this one right here. As a matter of fact, this little beauty reminds me of a story from the war. That's the Korean War, you know, the Forgotten War. Well, I haven't forgotten it because I was there. Yes, sir, I was right in the thick of things. We took a train just like this one from the coast to the capital city of Seoul. There were jet fighters overhead, and let me tell you, we didn't feel all that safe riding in those swaying passenger cars with no glass in the windows.
And that's the way it usually went whenever we'd visit Uncle Dilbert. Dad would joke about all the junk in the yard, and Uncle Dilbert would start telling war stories. I was just glad when we left. Like I said, my uncle wasn't a bad person. He always smiled and invited me to play with his trains, but he was so, how shall I put this, junky. He always wore the same stained jeans and torn red sweater, and I don't think he ever combed his hair. As I grew older, I didn't even want my friends to know that I was related to the old weird guy at the edge of town. That's what they called him. One day, soon after I turned 11, I was riding my bike with my friends when
Hey, I've got an idea. Let's swing by old Weird Guy's house before we go to the ballpark. Maybe we can get him to yell at us.
Hey, yeah.
Watch out for that truck. He'd make spaghetti out of your bike, not to mention you.
Yeah, I see it. Anyway, let's see what new junk old Weird Guy's collected since the last time we were there. Might even find something worth stealing. What do you think, Jeff?
Nah, let's leave him alone. He's not hurting anyone. Besides, we don't want to ride out there, do we? It's kind of out of our way.
Well, Jeff Thompson. You're trying to protect old Weird Guy? My mom says he might have escaped from a mental institution somewhere. I even heard that he was related to someone here in town. Maybe that's you, Jeff. Is old Weird Guy your long-lost grandpa or something?
He's not my grandpa. He's just... forget it. I don't think we should bother him. Let him be.
Aw, that's sweet. Jeff, the defender of the strange and weird. Well, you can do what you want, but I'm riding out to pay him a visit. Might see if I can get a rock through his window. Last time I tried, I missed the front porch and broke a big vase by the tree.
And you wonder why we don't let you pitch on our baseball team.
I'll see if I can do better this time. Hey, Jeff, why are you slowing down?
You guys go on. I'll catch up with you later.
Oh, come on. Go with us.
Okay, but I don't see why we should bother the old man. He hasn't done anything to us.
I'm not proud of the fact that I didn't stand up for my great-uncle Dilbert, but I didn't want my friends to tease me. So I went along with them each time they bothered him. They'd throw rocks at the house while I hid behind a tree. Uncle Dilbert would rush out onto the porch and yell at them, and we'd all run away laughing and screaming like stupid idiots. I just hope that Uncle Dilbert didn't recognize me. No, I'm not proud of it at all. Which brings me to last week.
Jeff? Hey, Jeff. You up? Breakfast's ready.
I'm not going to school today, Mom. I think I have a rare disease, and it's catching. Don't want to expose my fellow classmates.
What you're suffering from isn't rare, but it is catching. The scientific name for it is I didn't study for my history exam disorder. I think you'll recover. As a matter of fact, you're feeling better already, right?
Yeah, you should have been a doctor.
Oh, but I am. Cured you, didn't I?
Cured who? Somebody sick?
Our handsome son said he didn't think he should go to school today.
Exam disorder?
Mm-hmm. Second time this month.
Poor child. Let me look at him. No, he doesn't look stupid. Of course, looks can be deceiving.
Are you two finished?
Yeah, for now. Oh, by the way, as I told you last night, your father and I will be leaving this morning for Chicago. Be gone overnight. I've left enough food in the refrigerator to feed half the county. And I just washed and pressed your favorite jeans. You know, the ones with the little horsey on the pocket.
Stallion, Mom. It's a stallion. Symbol of strength and manhood.
And you have some clean shirts in your drawer, so don't wear your dirty one again. I don't like it when you wear dirty clothes. People will probably think I don't take good care of my sweet little baby boy.
Mom.
And don't forget Uncle Dilbert.
What about him?
Like we told you last night, you need to call him every couple hours today just to make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
The doctor said the new medicine they're giving him for his heart might cause some discomfort. We just want to make sure he's not having a bad reaction. If he is, you can call the doctor's office and they can deal with it. Number's on the table. I've called the school and you got permission to keep your cell phone with you at all times. Simply check in with him between classes. Got that? And you might want to stop by his house after school just to see how he's doing.
Do I have to?
Why, Jeff, what is wrong with you? Uncle Dilbert is family.
Uncle Dilbert is weird.
Yeah, well, that may be, but he's old, and he depends on us to keep an eye on him. Besides, we love him, weirdness and all.
You know, he's always asking about you, Jeff. Keeps hoping you'll come out and run the trains with him. He must be lonely all by himself. So make an effort today, won't you? It won't kill you.
Yeah, well, I'll call him. I just hope he doesn't start repeating those boring old war stories from Korea. I hate it when he does that.
Your great-uncle is a hero, Jeff. Got the Purple Heart because he was wounded in battle and earned a commendation for bravery. That's a good man out there behind all that junk, and don't you forget it. He fought for our freedom.
Okay. I'll make sure he's all right. Just don't stay away longer than one night. I'd rather Uncle Dilbert be your responsibility, not mine. And that's how I ended up becoming my Uncle Dilbert's guardian angel for the day. After I finished my breakfast, I put on my clean pair of jeans and a clean shirt from the drawer, grabbed my books, and headed for the bus. I had promised that I would call the old man if I had to, but I didn't promise I'd enjoy it. I had other, more important things on my mind.
Hey, Jeff, you coming? Coach Peters doesn't like us to be late for gym class.
Yeah, I just gotta make a quick phone call.
Phone call? Checking in with your mommy.
Very funny. Just head over to the gym and I'll meet you there.
Okay, don't be late.
Come on, Uncle Dilbert. Answer the phone. I haven't got all day.
Jeff, get a move on. Gym class, Coach Peters?
I know. I'll be there. 2 more rings and I'm out of here. Come on, Uncle Dilbert. Pick up the phone.
I wouldn't want to be in your shoes if you're late again. Move it, Thompson.
All right. I'm coming. I'll just call him later. He's probably outside polishing his junk. Answer this time, Uncle Dilbert. I haven't got all day.
On the phone again? Having trouble getting a date for Sunday night?
Mind your own business.
Well, I'll save you a place in the cafeteria. Pizza today. It's the only food in this school that tastes like what it is. Don't want to miss that.
Yeah, I'll be there. Just don't eat it all. Leave me a few crumbs. Where are you, Uncle Dilbert? You'd think a guy who has nothing to do all day but stare out the window at a pile of junk might pick up his phone when it rings.
Come on, Jeff. Bus is here.
I'll be right there, guys. I just gotta make a call.
Again with the phone?
Yeah, give up, dude. She's not worth it.
Come on, Uncle Dilbert. Where are you? You haven't answered the phone all day. Okay, that does it. I give up. You don't want to talk to me? Well, I don't want to talk to you. But I did promise Mom and Dad I'd stop by after school, so I guess I'd better at least do that. Man, this old guy's a pest. Oh well, I'd better get off this phone and get on that bus.
Oh, romantic rendezvous?
Yeah, that's it. I've got a secret date with a fashion model, and she refuses to be seen with you two. I'll catch up with you later. After I got home, I grabbed my bike and headed over to Uncle Dilbert's house. No question which is my Uncle Dilbert's house. It's the only one in the neighborhood with a rusted milk truck in the front yard. Hey, Uncle Dilbert, you here? Uncle Dilbert, it's me, Jeff. You out here? Must be inside. Just look at all this stuff. Old fencing, a wheelbarrow minus the wheel, broken lumber, a muffler. What is that? A bear trap? This guy's got everything but the kitchen sink. No, wait, there's a kitchen sink. Uncle Dilbert, where are you? I'll just knock on the front door. Hey, Uncle Dilbert, you in here? Uncle Dilbert! Oh, I'll just take a peek through the window here. No, don't see him. Probably in the basement telling war stories to his trains. I guess I better get the hidden key and...
Hey, Jeff! What's going on?
Well, hey, guys, what are you doing out here?
We asked you first.
Do you know this guy?
Old weird guy? You kidding? Why would I want to know him?
You tell us.
I'm just here, seeing if he has anything of value, you know, something cool to steal and stuff. Don't want you boneheads to have all the fun.
Well, is there?
Is there what?
Anything worth stealing?
Nah, just junk. Let's get out of here before he sees us.
I gotta say, Jeff, you got guts. You went right up on his porch. I've never done that before. I'm impressed.
Yeah, Jeff. I always thought you were crazy. This proves that I was correct.
Yeah, well, let's just keep moving. I just want to get out of here. That was a little too close for comfort. But in spite of my embarrassment of being caught right on my uncle's front porch by my buddies, I sensed that something wasn't right. Uncle Dilbert was always home. Always. And it wasn't like him to not answer the phone or come to the door when someone knocked. As I rode back toward town, I got a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Why didn't Uncle Dilbert answer my knock or my calls? What was going on?
Well, Aunt Carol, I hate to break in here, since I imagine that Jeff isn't the only one with a bad feeling.
I think you're right. But maybe your timing is perfect, Uncle Dan, since, well, maybe...
Maybe we could all use a little smile or two right about now.
Exactly. And I know just the place to find some smiles.
Oh, I think I know what you have in mind, Aunt Carol.
The Funny Bones page of Clubhouse Magazine.
Ah, you guessed it.
And you know how I love to stump you on riddles.
Well, you do try, Aunt Carol, but I think I'm ready for you since I've been stealing some peeks at Clubhouse lately. And if any of you out there listening like jokes and puzzles and great stories, I'm pretty sure you'd enjoy taking a few peeks at Clubhouse yourself.
Well, while you're on the topic, Uncle Dan, why not tell everyone where they can find Clubhouse?
All right, then. Clubhouse is available on our website at yourstoryhour.org. That's yourstoryhour, all one word, .org. You can read it right there online, or if you'd like, you can print out a copy.
Yes, and there are 2 versions for printing, our full-color version or our ink-saver version.
Now, like I said, there are really good stories in Clubhouse and a Kids Corner page.
There are cartoons and fun-to-do puzzles.
And that brings us back to the Funny Bones page, Aunt Carol. So, fire away. I'm all ready for you.
Well, Uncle Dan, I'm not so sure about that.
Oh?
Yes, you see, the riddles I'll be asking may not have appeared in Funny Bones yet.
Hey, no fair.
Oh, yes, it's very fair. It'll measure your riddle IQ.
My riddle IQ, huh? This could be embarrassing.
Well, let's see. Here's your first riddle. Why do you have to go to bed?
Well, now that would be because the bed can't come to me.
Very good, Uncle Dan. All right, here's another one. What gets bigger and bigger the more you take from it?
That would be a hole, Aunt Carol. Very easy. Don't you have anything more difficult? Something that would challenge my riddle IQ a little more?
You know, I might just have that very thing. Here goes. You can find me 1 time in every minute, 2 times in every moment, yet never find me in 100 years. What am I?
Wow, that is a tough one. I'm going to have to think about that for a second.
Well, tell you what, you go ahead and think, and maybe by the end of Jeff's story, you'll have it all figured out.
That might not be such a bad idea. So here now is the conclusion of our story for today called, Where's Uncle Dilbert?
That evening, after I ate the supper my mom had left for me before she and Dad headed for Chicago, I sat down to attack my homework, but I couldn't study. I kept thinking about my Uncle Dilbert. Why hadn't he answered my calls? Why hadn't he come to the door? Finally, I had to know what was going on, so I jumped on my bike and I rode through the evening shadows to that old junky house on that old junky plot of land just beyond the fish hatchery. When I got there, no lights shone through the windows. That's when I got really scared. I got the key and I opened the front door. Uncle Dilbert! You home? Uncle Dilbert! Boy, it's dark in here. I'll just flip the lights on. Hey, Uncle Dilbert! Where are you? What's that sound? Kind of like tapping? I've never heard that here before. It sounds like it's coming from the basement. Uncle Dilbert, you down there? In the dark? Come on, Uncle Dilbert, the joke's on me. You got me. I'm laughing. You can come up now. This isn't funny. You're scaring me. See, I turned the light on. You can come up now. Or I'll come down there. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm coming down. This is me coming down the stairs. Hey, your train is off the track. The little road crossing arm is just sitting there, going tap, tap, tap on the... Uncle Dilbert, what are you doing on the floor? Uncle Dilbert. Uncle Dilbert. It didn't take long for the paramedics to arrive. I gotta say, I have never been so scared in all of my life. My Uncle Dilbert looked so pale, and he didn't move at all. But the lady from the ambulance tried to talk to him, so I knew he was still alive.
We're here to help you now. Just relax. I'm gonna put this oxygen mask on you. That's right. We'll take good care of you.
Later that night, at the hospital, I overheard the doctor talking to my folks on the phone.
Your uncle has a broken hip, but with surgery and rehab, he should make a full recovery. Yes, that's right. In the morning. We're treating him for dehydration tonight. Yes, and he also has a contusion on his right temple from his fall, but it doesn't appear to be serious.
That bump on his head must have been where he slammed into the train table, and that must have been what made the freight train derail at the crossing. Later, I sat in the waiting room with my hands in my lap. How long had my Uncle Dilbert been lying there? 1 hour? 3? All day? Did I cause him to suffer a long time because I didn't go out to the house immediately when I couldn't reach him on the phone?
Jeff? Jeff Thompson?
Yes, Doctor.
Your uncle is asking for you.
He is?
Yes, you can go in now. Room 14 just down the hall. Don't stay too long. He's had a pretty rough day.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor. Uncle Dilbert?
Hey, Jeff. How you doing? You don't look so good.
When did you fall?
Oh, beats me. I'm just glad you found me. You're my hero.
No, Uncle Dilbert, I'm no hero. I should have been there.
But you were. You saved me.
No, you don't understand.
Jeff, my precious Jeff, come here, listen to me. I just want you to know that you came for me. You didn't leave me there in the basement. I heard you calling all day long. I heard the phone upstairs ringing and ringing. I knew it was you. I just knew it because your dad said you'd be checking in on me.
But I did.
And I also knew that you'd come to save me sooner or later. I knew I could count on you. I'm very proud of you.
I should have come sooner. I should have left school and come to find you. I should
Jeff,
have.
Listen, life is full of should-haves. Believe me, I know. But I'd like to focus on those things I did right. Like when I helped people, stood up for people.
Come on. I bet you never let anybody down. Not like I did today.
Hey, now, why do you think I tell so many war stories? Those are times when I did do something right. Even if I didn't want to or I was scared. A lot of people, my army buddies, my countrymen, my family, the South Koreans, they all needed me, and I didn't let them down. Tonight, Jeff, you were like that. You were a good soldier. You came to my rescue.
Thank you, Uncle Dilbert. I'm really sorry that you got hurt.
Yeah, well, those are the breaks. Get it? Hip break?
Got it.
Besides, isn't saving me from certain death a lot more fun than throwing rocks at my windows?
You know about that?
I may be old, but I'm not blind. Besides, I wasn't worried. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn from the inside. Kind of reminds me of my old army buddy, Scotty Winchester. We were in the war together.
The Forgotten War, right?
That's the one. We were dug in just south of the 38th parallel, and the enemy was throwing everything they had at us. Artillery shells, grenades, and I think I even saw a bathtub fly by. Anyway, there we were in a cold, soggy ditch, trying to figure out what to do when along comes...
Sometimes you learn to understand a person by getting to know him. Actually, when I was growing up, I didn't really want to know Uncle Dilbert any more than I already did. In fact, I had tried my best to ignore him. Not anymore. After that night, I decided that he's only weird on the outside. Inside, where it counts most. He's just trying to enjoy life like everyone else. He may play with trains and collect totally useless junk and tease me about forgetting my name, but he's really an okay person. I'm proud to be his great-nephew, and I don't care who knows it. I made a big mistake that day, and he forgave me. If that's what being an old weird guy means, then that's what I want to be. From now on, if someone makes a mistake and I suffer because of it, I'm going to remember my Uncle Dilbert and forgive that person. Then I'm going to tell them a war story. I know lots of them.
Our thanks to you, Jeff, for sharing your amazing story with us today. Forgiveness, Aunt Carol, what a beautiful gift Jeff's uncle gave him.
So true, Uncle Dan. You know, I couldn't help but think about Jesus on the cross and how he forgave everyone around him, even though it was their sins or their selfish, uncaring attitude that put him there.
Amen.
Love is a powerful thing, and we all need to practice that type of forgiving love, especially for those who ignore us or treat us unfairly.
Which is very difficult to do. And yet, what a great example Jesus gave us all.
Amen. And now, our time is almost gone, so...
Whoa there, Aunt Carol. Aren't you forgetting something?
Am I?
Yeah, the riddle.
Oh, yes, the riddle.
We can't end the program without knowing whether or not I figured it out. But first, maybe there's something else we need to do.
Oh, what's that?
After all, what if a person wants to contact us in some way other than going to our website? We need to let them know that they can call us for information or to make a donation.
Good point. Our phone number is 1-800-987-7879. Again, that's 1-800-987-7879. And if you'd rather write us, here's our address. Post Office Box 8, Niles, Michigan, 49120. That's Post Office Box 8, Niles, Michigan, 49120.
And by the way, your story hour is a listener-funded program, so we invite the financial help of the adults listening in.
All right, now, the moment of truth, Uncle Dan.
Moment. I believe I'd find the mystery item twice in moment, correct?
Yes, and once in a minute. Come on now, quit stalling.
Well, the answer is the letter M. And you'll never find that letter in 100 years.
Uncle Dan, I should have known you'd get it.
Why, thank you, Aunt Carol. And now it really is time to go, so be sure to join us next time.
See you then.